So what is neurodiversity? Why should we be talking about it? What about in our neurodivergent population where there's flourishing? What's going on with those humans? How can we get to know a little bit about that and double down on it? And then how do we leverage those strengths? How do we get you in the room with the right people who can hold space for you to do your brilliant? I'm all about us being taken really seriously.
But if you don't have neurodivergent humans in your organization, I'm going to argue you're missing out, because they have specific strengths that they can bring to the table and a particular way of seeing the world with a different perspective.
There was a beautiful question that got thrown in ahead of time, if you don't mind me speaking to it, Matt, that was asking, what would be a barrier to people embracing neurodivergent training? And does this training then also support our neurotypical people? And the answer is unequivocally, backed by research, yes. We know that globally, we've all moved through this very intense time, and there's a lot of conversation about the impact of trauma on people. What I love about the transferability and the generalizability about what we do in our neurodivergent training and awareness is that it is so helpful in understanding trauma-based practices. So a lot of the time when I'm working with leaders, it's around, again, going back to that whole human support and development of who am I on the inside? What is it that I operate from? What's my viewpoint of the world? And how can I engage and support and communicate with another human as a human?
For me, the difference between pattern seeking and spotting, which again, I think our neurodivergent community do really well just inherently, and then trends. So pattern spotting is what is intuitively, intrinsically, authentically happening at a collective level and going, I noticed that was connected to that. It's taking that systems thinking lens. Trends, I tend to see trends as more manipulating the patterns that we have in a way that has commercial potential. Or that's helpful for
that is brilliant.
A goal. Isn't it awesome? Can we write a book on that?
Yep.
The onus has been on neurodivergent people constantly to learn how to be normal, right? Like to learn social skills. The double empathy problem says, hey, neurotypicals, actually, some of the problem is the fact that you can't fucking understand us. So what are you going to do about that, right? Okay, so the double empathy problem is we're working really bloody hard to understand UNTs. You're kind of weird to us a lot of the time. So if you could all step up a little bit with these three tips.
Best. You just do you.
I'll be out here, mate.
You do you. In on the people, right, in your culture, and ask them, how can we do this differently? Be open to play, be open to exploring and creating something that works for your culture. Ask your people first. It goes back to that, appreciative inquiry we were saying earlier, and just getting curious, getting to know your people.